Hello, BookTube. Hello, friends. Welcome to Lizziefaye Loves Books. I'm Elizabeth. And in this video, I want to talk about what I read and watched and listened to for the More Montgomery Challenge in the month of October. Now, I'm doing this a little out of order because I've actually just finished filming my main October wrap-up where I summarized everything and I talked about everything that I'm not going to include in this video, and also I left out all the middle grade books because I read quite a few middle grade books and I'm going to do a separate video of that. And I was just about to start editing that video, and then I realized that tomorrow, Sunday, November the 6th, is our next live stream video, and it's going to be on Mitzi's channel, but I thought I better go ahead and upload this one first so that you could comment to this video, let me know what you've been watching and what you've been reading, and also so that I can, remind you and announce about the live stream tomorrow. We are going to be doing our next giveaway, and so in order for you to be in that drawing, you need to let one of us know what you've read during the month of October, and or watched or listened to. Any prompts that you checked off during the month of October. So anyway, let me just go ahead and update you on a couple of other things that I already said in my video, but since I'm doing this one first, I have COVID. I'm getting over it now. It's been about a week since I was diagnosed, or since I took a positive test. Last Sunday morning, I woke up and I thought something is not right, and I did a test and it was positive. So I have been taking it easy all week. I have had a couple of rough spells and a good bit of coughing, and even filming this today is kind of tough. So I'm going to try not to talk too much and just show you briefly what I did, and then, and get this uploaded, and then I'll hopefully be talking a little better tomorrow on Mitzi's channel, and I hope you'll join us there. It's going to be at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, and I know a couple of you have said that you haven't been getting the notifications, so if you don't get a notification, just show up anyway, and if you miss it live, be sure you come back and check it out later. So I think I checked off every prompt again in the month of October. I had said in my September wrap-up that the only prompt I didn't check off was to watch an Anne adaptation, and I didn't really do a great job this time with that one either, but I did watch most of one, so, it all counts, right? So let me just go across the board in order. The first prompt is Standalone, and I listened to Jane of Lantern Hill. This is about a young girl who has always been told that her father is dead because her grandmother did not ever approve of him, but she finds out that he is alive and he wants to see her. So she goes to Prince Edward Island for the summer to spend the summer with him. It was a very good story. I very much enjoyed it. Even though I had read it before, I had forgotten almost everything about it, so it was really fun to revisit it. The next prompt is to watch a non-Anne adaptation, and so I watched Lantern Hill. This was a good bit different than the book, but still enough similarities that, it's definitely based on the book, but there were some changes and some things done differently, but I still very much enjoyed it, and I would watch it again. Then the next prompt is to read a short story collection. I read 3. I read 1 in print and 2 on audio. The one I read in print was our group read, Among the Shadows. This is Tales from the Darker Side. And the tales are not only supernatural and creepy, but there are also just tales about people who have gotten themselves into bad situations, or just things that are really what the subtitle says, on the darker side. I very much enjoyed it. I didn't love all the stories as much as others, but still it was very fun to revisit this one as well. And then on audio, I listened to Chronicles of Avonlea and Further Chronicles of Avonlea. Very enjoyable, and I'm glad that I listened to these also. The next prompt is to watch an Anne adaptation. So I have a copy of the, actually all 3 of the Megan Follows movies on VHS. And since my daughter Emily has a VHS player in her room, I stuck the first one in for her at some point during the month, and I sat and I watched most of the first half with her. Then I had to get up and do other things, and I did go ahead and put the second half in for her, but I didn't really end up getting to stay and sit and watch all of it. But still, it was very enjoyable. I've watched it multiple times, and I just love it. Then for the middle prompt, even though I have read all of the Anne of Green Gables books in the past, I decided that I was due for a reread. And I found a collection on Hoopla that contained 6 of them, all for one borrow. And so I listened to them as well as the other 2. And I finished the whole series pretty early in the month. Now I did listen to the first book, Anne of Green Gables, at the end of September. And I started Anne of Avonlea, but I didn't finish Anne of Avonlea until the very first of the month. And then I went right on and listened to Anne of the Island, and then Anne of Windy Poplars. Anne of Windy Poplars is one of the ones that was missing from the collection, so I had to borrow it separately and listen to it, but that was fine. And then Anne's House of Dreams, I also listened to. And then Anne of Ingleside is the second one that was not included in that collection, so I borrowed it separately, and I listened to them all in their proper order. And then Rainbow Valley, and the last one, Rilla of Ingleside. So it was such a wonderful treat to listen to all of those books again. I had read them in print, I believe, the first time through, and then maybe a few years ago I listened to Anne of Green Gables and maybe Anne of Avonlea again on audio when my kids were young. But it's been a long time since I have read all of them, and it was a delight. I just realized I did not complete the next prompt, which was to read a book from her trilogy or one of her duologies. I will probably do double duty in the month of November and go ahead and finish all of them, because I've actually already listened to The Story Girl and The Golden Road during the 1st of November, but I did not get anything done for that prompt in October. Then one of the prompts on the last line is to read a retelling or anything that is related to Lucy Maud Montgomery or Anne of Green Gables. And I have 2 books that I can count for this prompt. One is a retelling called Anna of California. It's by Andy Turan. I didn't love this. I just rated it 3 stars. It's a little too modern for my taste, and I didn't hate it, but there was some swearing in it, and I don't know. It was just a little too far removed from Anne for me to love it. And the other one that counts for this prompt was a reread of Lucy Maud and the Cavendish Cat. This is by Lynn Manuel, illustrated by Janet Wilson. And Janet Wilson did a phenomenal job on the illustrations for this book. They're really more like paintings, and they're just beautiful. This is a picture book that just is a little biographical story about Lucy Maud Montgomery and her life, and I thought it was delightful. So I hope that you will have an opportunity to find this, perhaps in your library, and check it out, because it is a beautiful book. And then for nonfiction, I read Spirit of Place. This is by Francis W.P. Bolger, and Wayne Barrett and Anne McKay, I believe, did the photography. The subtitle is Lucy Maud Montgomery and Prince Edward Island, and it starts out with a introduction which tells a little bit about the life of Lucy Maud Montgomery. There's a few pages of that, and then the rest of the book is gorgeous photography around Prince Edward Island. And it is paired, each page is paired with quotes from some of the writings of Lucy Maud Montgomery, some of her correspondence and journal entries and things like that. It is a stunning book. I've had this on my shelf for a number of years, and I don't know that I've ever just sat down and read it cover to cover and looked at the pictures. It is a beautiful book. And then, of course, most of these are rereads. The last prompt is to reread or rewatch a favorite. And everything by Lucy Maud Montgomery I've read before. So I reread quite a bit and can count a lot of things for that prompt. So that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in our live stream chat tomorrow. I hope you'll join us. Be sure to let me know either in the comments of this video what you read or watched or listened to participate in the month of October so that I can put your name in our drawing. You can also comment on my Goodreads group, but let me know if you're doing both so that I don't count you twice. And you can also let Mitzi know, but since I'm going to be the one putting it together here on my end, it would be very helpful if you would also let me know as well. But that is all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day. Read a good book, and God bless you.